Mega Pokemon have officially been released in Pokemon Go. In this video, we're going to be covering everything that we know as far as the implementation of Mega Pokemon, as well as some information that we can speculate based upon what Pokemoners have derived in some recent data mine information. Let's get into it. Welcome back to the channel, trainers. My name is Oro Chris. I am your catching coach. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Appreciate you stopping out. If you're interested in Pokemon Go, competitive PvP, and basically anything Pokemon related, consider subscribing. Now, in yesterday's video, we took a look at some of the assets that had been pushed into the Game Master file as far as the Mega Pokemon were concerned. During the process of editing, there was some media sources that had released some additional information from Niantic. It's clear that the embargo on media outlets had been lifted, so we're going to be covering that late-breaking material here in this video, as well as what we've since uncovered, because now in-game, if you open up your game and go to a Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving, such as Venusaur, you will see Mega Evolve as a new option, as well as in the Pokedex, we have got a new Mega Pokedex. Now, these Pokedex entries here demonstrate that not all Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving. We covered in a recent video, I put a link up to that video up here. We covered that there are 48 Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving, and then 2 Pokemon that have primal reversions, which is very similar as far as the mechanic is concerned. Here, we've only got 5 Pokemon referenced, 6 Pokedex entry 6, Charizard has 2 Mega Evolutions, so really only 4 Pokemon are going to have Mega Evolutions currently. So we're going to be having these Mega Pokemon implemented in a rolled out, staggered format. Very likely this is going to be fed to us, dripped to us a couple each month until we make it through all of the potential Mega Evolutions. Now, we've got the Mega Evolutions, they have been pushed. We will get into that in a moment. One additional thing that we need to discuss is the changes to raiding. Raid tiers have been changed. It previously was tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 5 being legendary raids. We have now made the decision, as far as Niantic is concerned, that they are merging tiers 1 and 2. The reason being both of those respective tiers of raids were easily soloable by virtually every trainer, and as a result, they've merged those together. They saw that performance on individuals completing tier 2 raids was lower in comparison to tier 1. Same thing with tier 4. Tier 4 has been merged with tier 3. So now we have got tier 1 that is going to encompass tiers 1 and 2, tier 3, which is going to encompass the Pokemon that were in 3 and 4. Now, we're not getting shortchanged on rewards. The reward category, as you go up in raid difficulty, you get more rewards at the end of the raid. Now, the tier 1 raids that are merging tiers 1 and 2 are going to have the rewards associated with tier 2. So that's a benefit. And then the same thing with tier 3 raids. In tier 4, previously, we had a guaranteed charge TM as a reward. Now you're going to be getting that as part of the tier 3 completion. We'll still have legendary raids, and then there's going to be the implementation, as we discussed, of Mega Raids. That's where you're going to be battling a Mega Evolved Pokemon like Blastoise, Venusaur, and Charizard. One other big change coming to raids is the elimination of the team bonus. Previously, whatever team of battlers, whether that's Instinct, Mystic, or Valor, whatever team had done the most damage would get additional team bonus balls and additional rewards at the end. As a result, they wanted to shift the focus as far as Mega Raids are concerned to incentivize individuals working together. When you were incentivizing team bonuses, you wanted individuals that were on less popular teams like Team Instinct. They were just sort of shortchanged when you would go to a raid and be in a large group of people. So now the incentive is going to be get as many people, regardless of team, into the raid lobby, and the faster you can complete the raid, you're going to get a speed bonus for completing the raid more quickly. You'll get more damage balls. Previously, for team bonus, that was capped, I believe, at 3 balls that you could get for having the team bonus. Now you can get up to 5 balls for completing a raid very quickly as far as the speed bonus. Now, as far as Mega Raids are concerned, the first wave of Mega Raids is going to be the Kanto starters, those being Charizard, Blastoise, and Venusaur. Charizard potentially having 2 different forms, X and Y forms of Mega Charizard. The difference between those two Pokemon, Mega Charizard X is a Dragon and Fire type. It's a black Pokemon. It looks like a shiny Charizard, but it is not shiny. That's just the true blue color for it. And then Mega Charizard Y is the traditional fire and flying type, as non-Mega Evolved Charizard is as well. Now, one thing that we were really concerned about as far as Blastoise is concerned, Blastoise was the only one of the Kanto starters that had a costume variant introduced, that being Sunglasses Blastoise. And we do have confirmation now that Sunglasses Blastoise will be capable of Mega Evolving. It will lose that Sunglass model. You'll just get the Mega Evolved Blastoise when you complete the Mega Evolution, and then it'll revert back to its non-Mega Evolved form with the Sunglasses when the Mega Evolution is complete. So how are Mega Evolutions going to work in the game, you might be asking? What's going to happen is when you've acquired enough Mega Energy, and we can see now if you check out a Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving, you will notice that there requires, for the Mega Evolution, 200 Mega Energy. You'll need 200 Venusaur Mega Energy in order to Mega Evolve Venusaur into Mega Venusaur. Once you've completed that Mega Evolution, we believe that Mega Evolution will maintain it's a temporary transformation. The Mega Evolution will take effect for what data miners are projecting as 4 hours. Once that 4 hours is over, or if you Mega Evolve another Pokemon, that's another restriction. You can only have one Mega Evolved Pokemon at a time. If you've got Mega Evolved Venusaur out, and then you decide to Mega Evolve Charizard because you want to use it for something, Mega Venusaur is going to revert back to non-Mega Evolved Venusaur, if that makes sense. Now, the initial, as we said, clearly I've not evolved a Mega Venusaur thus far. It's 200 energy for the first time, and then after that initial Mega Evolution, it will take only 50 Mega Energy in order to do successive Mega Evolutions with that particular Pokemon. So kind of like when you were going Super Saiyan, if you've watched Dragon Ball Z, it was very difficult. Goku had to really get jacked up in order to hit Super Saiyan the first time, but once he hit Super Saiyan, he realized what was happening inside of his body, and then he could do it more easily as in successive battles. Same sort of a rationale here. They're going to give you a high hurdle, a larger obstacle to complete to get enough Mega Candy for Venusaur. Once you've got those candies and you get the first Mega Evolution, then it'll be a much cheaper Mega Evolution process from that point forward. Now, as far as the Mega Raids are concerned, the initial reports that we're getting from out in the field is that the Mega Raid energy per raid, depending on how quickly you defeat the Mega Raid boss, is, if you're very slow, we're looking at about 30 Mega Energy per raid completion. If you do it very quickly, we're seeing reports of 40, 45, up to 50 Mega Energy per raid completed very quickly. Very quickly being like in the 1 minute, less than 2 minute mark. Folks that did it in 4 minutes plus, we're getting reports of 30 Mega Energy for completing those raids at that speed. So we can surmise, speculate that depending on how many Pokemon you've got or how many trainers you've got in the raid battle, the quicker you can take it down. If you can do it at the fastest tier, we haven't worked out exactly what those tiers are, but if you do it in the fastest tier, get close to 50 Mega Energy, that will be roughly, once you've completed a Mega Evolution once, doing one of those raids at that speed will let you Mega Evolve another Pokemon at that time, because after the first Mega Evolution, you can do it for 50, according to the initial reports by Pokeminers. Now, the benefits of having a Mega Evolved Pokemon. We do know that the Mega Evolved Pokemon have the base stats change in alignment with what the base stats for Mega Pokemon were in the main series games. And I am really surprised that they elected to do one of these things in a particular manner. Previously, for Pokemon like Slacking, if your max CP at level 40 was going to be over 4,000 CP, those Pokemon had their stats nerfed by 9%. So Slacking at a full conversion rate from the main series games would have a CP in like 55 or 5,600. But because that CP would be over 4,000, he got the 9% nerf. That put him right at 44 or 31 or something like that. Mewtwo, same thing. A level 40 Mewtwo, 100% IVs in Pokemon Go currently is something like 4,175. It would actually be closer to 5,000, maybe over 5,000 if it had its full stat conversions. They did not apply that 9% nerf to Pokemon that are capable of Mega Evolving and their CP resulting in something over 4,000. So for example, Mega Charizard Y is capable of reaching a maxed out 100% CP level 40 of a Mega Charizard Y. Now again, that's the fire and flying type version. Has a max CP of 4,455. So it is the highest CP Pokemon in the game currently, and it will be that way until additional Mega Pokemon are ultimately implemented. We had surmised that the 9% nerf would be applied to Pokemon like Charizard, that when they Mega Evolved would end up with a CP over 4,000. They elected not to go that route. You get the full stat benefit when you do the Mega Evolution. Similarly, when you Mega Evolve a Pokemon and you bring it into a raid battle, all other Pokemon battling in the raid get 2 bonuses. 1 bonus for the Mega Raid Pokemon being present. That is a 10% boost, the same as a best friend boost, for example, in a raid. So not something insignificant, definitely a valuable boost to damage, and that applies to all Pokemon. That does not stack. So if you have got one, I bring in Mega Charizard Y into the raid, and you have got a Venusaur and you're battling, Venusaur would see an increased damage output of 10%, and that's going to apply during the entire time that the Mega Pokemon that I've got out is out on the field. If there's another Mega Charizard out on the field by another trainer, that's not going to be multiplicative as far as 2 of those 10%, just going to happen the one time. A separate bonus that you get for having a Mega Pokemon is if the Pokemon that is attacking the other Pokemon that are present, if they have the same typing as the typing of the Mega Pokemon that's out on the field getting the boost. So if I've got Mega Charizard X and it's a Dragon and Fire type Pokemon, you'll see an increase of damage for Fire type and Dragon type attacks of 30%. So a 30% boost to damage, that is a huge, huge increase as far as total damage output. Get that 40% because you do add those 2 bonuses together, the 10% for having a Mega Pokemon out on the field, and then the additional 30% for the stab boost for having the same typing as the Mega Pokemon. Editing Chris breaking in at this point. It appears PvPoke is trying to figure out the simulation data is not adding up with the conversion rate as far as the stats for the Mega Pokemon are concerned, as far as their applicability in PvP. And it appears that this 1.1, this 10% boost for Mega Pokemon, as well as the 30% Mega boost that we're discussing right now in the video, also applies in PvP, which is just bonkers. So potentially you're going to get that 40% boost in PvP as well. We are going to flesh some of this out. There's going to be more details as we learn more in some later videos, but I just wanted to make sure that I covered that aspect of it because we were not aware at the time that I was recording the raid content that this may also be applying in the PvP context. Back to the video. So those 2 things together, that's nearly as high as the super effective multiplier. If you're not familiar with damage multipliers, we did cover those here on the channel. I'll put a link up to that. Very important information. It's incredibly, incredibly important to understand how damage multipliers function, because if you've got weather bonus, if you've got super effective, if you've got double super effective, all those things stacking one on top of the other, and now adding in something like the Mega Boost and then the same type Mega Boost, that is going to be a very important thing to consider as far as maximizing damage output. And now because of raiding requiring you or incentivizing you to complete raids as quickly as possible to get that speed boost, to get more Mega energy, it's going to be very important to know what's the optimal way to line up your team in order to do the most damage with your cohort of trainers that you're raiding with. Along those lines, we now know then that because these don't stack as far as having multiple Mega Pokemon out on the field, you're going to be best off if you're going to be using Mega Pokemon to raid, to have one, communicate with your raid team, have one person lead with their Mega Pokemon, get that boost for everyone else in the raid. When that Pokemon is fainted, another trainer then brings in their Mega Pokemon, and so forth and so forth. So you always want to optimize damage output, you always want to have one Mega Pokemon out on the field at a time. But you're not going to be able to do that yourself because you as a trainer can only have one Mega Evolved Pokemon at a time. So once I've got Mega Blastoise in my lead position. Once it faints, Mega Blastoise is my only Mega Pokemon until I'm out of Mega Energy, or the time span, if that is the 4 hours that we talked about, runs out. That's when Trainer Angus would then bring in his respective Mega Charizard or whatever. Now, some of the restrictions on Mega Pokemon: no clone Pokemon are capable of Mega Evolving, and no Shadow Pokemon. Now, as far as the clone Pokemon, those were the ones that had like the unique sort of like striping that were in raids over the summer at some point for, I think for the Throwback Challenge, maybe something a little bit before that. It was in conjunction, or it was introduced as part of a movie event when we had Armored Mewtwo returning and things like that. The clone Pokemon, because their striping is so unique, it was going to be hard for them to do the models for the Mega Pokemon to keep that consistent, so they elected not to have Mega Pokemon be capable, or clone Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving. And then most costume Pokemon, the same thing. That did not apply, however, to Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise will lose the sunglasses, but Blastoise with the sunglasses, that is a costume Pokemon. That is one that is capable of Mega Evolving, so that is important to know. Some of the other restrictions: Mega Pokemon cannot be left in gyms, just like legendaries. And as I mentioned, you can only have one at a time. So once you Mega Evolve one Pokemon, it will stay a Mega until you run out of Mega Energy, or you can then Mega Evolve another species, and once you do that, the first Mega Pokemon will de-Mega Evolve. Now, in order to acquire more Mega Energy, you will need to either complete special research if they provide special research that has access to Mega Energy, which is what the Beedrill special research currently is to get that Mega Energy, as well as completing raids against Mega Pokemon. So right now in the raid pool, we've got Mega Venusaur, Charizard, both variants, and Blastoise. Once you complete the raid, you'll have the opportunity to catch those respective Pokemon in their non-evolved form, and you'll get Mega Energy for completing those Mega raids. So you're going to be doing Mega raids, using Mega Pokemon to get the speed boost, to then get more Mega Energy to Mega Evolve these other ones. Kind of a circular way to work about the system. And the problem that this ultimately creates, as far as an economy within the game, is you're going to be spending 5, 6, 7 raid passes to get enough Mega Energy to Mega Evolve Blastoise once. And then you're going to need to complete 2 or 3 more raids in order to get enough Mega Energy to Mega Evolve it successive times. But we've got multiple Pokemon eligible or capable of Mega Evolving. And as we know, like legendaries, raids rotate on a pretty frequent schedule. So if you don't have enough energy to Mega Evolve your Charizard, and Charizard isn't in the Mega Raid pool, then you're out of luck with using a Mega Charizard until Charizard, Mega Raid Charizard returns into raids at some later date. Now, we are able to bank Mega Energy. It looks like you can cap up to 999 Mega Energy. That's where it will stop you from keeping any more. But what that ultimately creates is a huge FOMO situation, where if you want Charizard and you want to be able to use it successively, and it's only out for the next 2 weeks, you're going to be raiding a bunch of Charizard raids to gather up the 999 Mega Energy that you need to hold on to in order to complete as many successive Mega Evolutions down the road. And then once you do that, you burn those through that Mega Energy, you're out of luck, and you're not incentivized. You don't have any other way to, on a readily available basis, get more Mega Energy. So I think I'm not a big fan of how this is implemented. I would have much rather seen some aspect of, getting enough Mega Energy or Mega Candy to be awarded something like a Mega Stone. And once you've got the stone, then you can just hit Mega Evolve on that particular Pokemon as much as you want. Problematic in that regard, but it'll be interesting to see what they do in terms of motivating trainers or giving opportunities to trainers to get additional means of accruing Mega Energy in the future. Now, as far as where you can use Mega Pokemon, you're capable of using them in gyms to attack, not defend. You can use them in raids as an attacker. You can use them to battle Team Go Rocket, and then you can also use them in trainer battles against other trainers outside of the Go Battle League. At present, Mega Evolution, Mega Evolved Pokemon are not going to be able to be used in the Go Battle League. They use language Professor Willow's instructions say something that insinuates that they'll be available potentially at a later date, but for here and now, they're not going to be eligible in the Go Battle League currently. So one interesting thing to consider is because we now know how the stat conversion is going to work, you can start looking for potentially solid IV versions of Pokemon capable of Mega Evolving, set those aside for when ultimately Mega Evolution is opened up in the Go Battle League, or if you want to use them potentially in a friendly battle with a neighborly trainer, or in the Sylph Arena. We don't know how potentially the Sylph Road and the Sylph Arena is going to address the eligibility of Mega Pokemon going forward, so that'll be interesting to see. But we do know that at some point in the future, Mega Pokemon very likely will be introduced in the Great and Ultra League respectively. For here and now, Go Battle League isn't going to be a thing, but if you want to battle another trainer, you're going to be very likely optimized to use the 100% maxed out version. That's going to be the greatest bang for your buck for both raiding as well as in PvP content to get that dual benefit, because these Pokemon getting that Mega Boost, it's going to be very important to be using them in the most efficient way when our initial access to Mega Energy is at a premium. In some later videos, we'll be covering what this ultimately does to the PvP scene, especially in the Master League, because very likely it's going to be the most efficient to be using these types of Pokemon in the Master League. Moreover, very often for most of the Mega Pokemon, when they Mega Evolve, their attack stat gets slightly more boosted than their other stats. And as a result, in most scenarios, you're better off using the non-Mega Evolved variant than the Mega Evolved one in the CP restricted leagues of Great League and Ultra League. We'll get into some of those greater details, or those more specific details, in some later videos, so be on the lookout for that. Otherwise, I do want to say thank you for sticking around until the end of the video, and until next time, happy catching.